Hey everybody, I have another Battlefield 3 gameplay commentary for you all. This is Rush on Operation Metro, and I am on the Defender side. This gameplay isn't too interesting, but I did want to bring up some interesting topics to talk about. The first of which is Battlefield Premium, and if you haven't heard about this already, it's basically a service that costs $50. It's a one-time fee, and it includes a variety of content, including access to the 5 released and upcoming Battlefield 3 expansion packs, 2 weeks of early access to said packs, and, quote, a host of unique in-game items not available anywhere else. Some other features include the ability to reset your stats, which sounds somewhat interesting, but the other one kinda sucks. The people that purchase Battlefield Premium, they will have queue priority in servers. And personally, I think that is a terrible idea. It kind of shuts off a large audience of people who don't really want to dish out the extra cash because they already paid like 50, 60 bucks for this game. And I know that DICE has very little say in the matter. To my understanding, it's EA that's behind the scenes kind of suggesting things that should be done to this game. And in my view, that's just not right. And it really just seems like they're trying to milk us for our money, just because Battlefield 3 was a large success, and also because of Call of Duty Elite, it seems like they're trying to compete with that also. So yeah, it should be around 50 bucks, and I think it's going to be available June 4th, and it's going to launch alongside the Close Quarters DLC, which probably won't be the best map that DICE will release, but hey, I'm gonna try it out anyways. And I'll most likely be doing a video on that, so I guess I'll go ahead and purchase Battlefield Premium, even though I think it's sort of a ripoff. I guess it's a good deal for the amount of content you get, but just the concept of having to pay an extra $50 for this stuff is kind of ridiculous. But you know, gaming is a business, and all business models usually aim to gain profit in some way, so I guess this is EA's way of emptying our wallets. So I did want to talk about the gameplay a little bit, and in the beginning of this video I was using the L96. I got a few good headshots with it, and I accidentally picked the G3, but that's alright. I just rode with it, tried to do well. Really, this match was sort of a cakewalk because the opposition didn't really have any good players, and they ended up not getting past these first 2 sets of MCOMs. So I tried not to spawn kill them too much and just pick them off as they approach the 2 objectives. I kind of figured that they wouldn't get past these first 2, so I just waited till the match was over, really. So the G3 that I'm using right now has a flash suppressor, foregrip, and red dot sight on it. And I'm not really sure if the benefits of having the flash suppressor outweigh the benefits of having the regular suppressor, just because it only hides your muzzle flash, and as far as I know, it doesn't hide your position on the minimap, which the regular suppressor does. And I think my playstyle would benefit greatly from hiding yourself on the minimap. I'm usually on the go, moving around, and not just standing in one spot trying to hide my muzzle flash, so I'd much rather be hidden on the minimap using the regular suppressor. But this setup worked pretty well, I thought. I ended up dying here in a few moments, and I think I spawned back with the L96, which I'm also getting used to. I'm not sure of the exact stats on this weapon, but it feels a lot more accurate than the M98, and not as accurate as the M40A5. But I do expect to be using this rifle a lot more in the future. Everything just feels right about it. The power is more than adequate. I think I get a headshot right here. I really don't know how I got that one. But nevertheless, I end up unlocking the ACOG 4x scope. I really don't plan on using that scope with this setup because this is a long range weapon and I think it's best to use that way. I'm really not into quick scoping or anything like that, so I believe a 4x scope would just hinder my ability to do well in a match. But anyways, the other thing I wanted to talk about today is the upcoming patch that DICE is going to release on June 4th. And there's a lot of soldier and gadget related changes as well as vehicle changes, but I'm just going to go over the weapon related changes. So first up is they fixed a bug where the heavy barrels and underslung shotguns could be overpowered. For example, the M26 dart issue that everybody has been exploiting online should be fixed. All the semi-automatic sniper rifles will now properly have a shorter range when using a suppressor. The L96 now properly shoots where the iron sights are aimed. The position was previously offset. The SKS now has the proper damage values when using a suppressor. The damage was previously too low at close range. They've also slightly reduced the suppression effect of SKS rounds, and they've also decreased the long range damage of the SKS to highlight its close to medium range role. So it seems like the SKS is getting nerfed. They did buff it up a little bit in the previous patch, and I have noticed a lot more people starting to use the SKS. The AEK 971, SG 553, and FAMAS are all having their recoil reduction bonus increased, so you should be able to aim a lot easier with those weapons. As far as shotguns go, they have reduced the impact that suppression has on shotguns, so now shotguns are still affected by suppression, but it should no longer significantly impact their accuracy from the hip as it previously did. The 870's pump speed has been increased slightly from 0.55 seconds to 0.48 seconds, and the empty reload time for the 870 has also been reduced slightly. As far as all shotguns go, they have improved the accuracy of aimed shotguns when on the move. The Saiga's recoil has been reduced, and the M1014 now fires 10 projectiles. The other semi-auto shotguns have 9 pellets, and since the M1014 has a lower mag size and a slower reload, it now fires 10 pellets to give it some edge. The USAS-12 now fires 7 projectiles. The MK3A1 now fires 8 projectiles, and they've also provided a fix so the weapon's fire mode is saved between spawns. And this is something that I have been waiting for because, for example, the AS-Val, I use the single fire shot mode more than the burst fire mode, and it's just a pain every time you spawn. You have to remember to switch back to the fire mode that you like best. So there's a ton of other changes that DICE is going to be making, and I highly recommend that you go check out the patch details on the Battlefield blog. I've only covered about a fraction of the changes that are going to be made. There's a lot of vehicle changes that I haven't really looked at yet, so I'm going to go check those out and see what I'll be liking or not liking. Oh, I also forgot that they are going to be nerfing suppression. I know that they buffed that in the last patch, so I'm glad to see that they're trying to tone it down a little bit. I thought it was a little too much, especially if you didn't have the squad cover specialization equipped. It really was just overbearing if someone had the suppression specialization equipped and you came up against them. So that's about it for this gameplay commentary. Let me know what you guys think about the patch details and also Battlefield Premium. I think it's sort of a ripoff, but I probably will be purchasing it anyways against my better judgment. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.